Not everyone in your life is created equal. Some people will come into your life, some will walk away, and some you will never forget. Here are 15 people to remember in your life. Number 1, the people who put you in tough times. Never forget those who betrayed you. Never forget the people who are part of the problem, not the solution. Some people will enter your life only to spark the flame, hoping it'll burn everything down that you've built. They might even scar you a bit. You'll never forget these people because of how they made you feel. They revealed what some people are like, what human nature is capable of, and how they would do anything and walk over anyone just so they could get what they want, or get ahead. Despite their efforts to squash you, you grew stronger. They didn't know the dirt they threw at you was actually soil that you were going to grow out of. Number 2, the people you do it for. Your kids, your parents, your community, your tribe. In your times of struggle, these can become your why. Soldiers survived the horrors of war just because they knew they had someone waiting for them back home. They served as reasons for their sacrifice and for risking their lives. It's easy to quit when you're doing it just for money or fame. It's a lot harder not to get up when you know your family needs you to be strong. Focusing on others helps you to think long-term. Your actions become investments in the future well-being of those you care about. And along with them, you'll flourish individually and collectively. These people are the gateway to selfless happiness. Never forget why and who you do it for. And there's one more person we want you to keep in mind. Number 3, the young you who dreamed of being the person you are today. Remember when you wished for what you currently have. Remember the little you that said one day you would become someone. Don't let them down. You owe it to your young self to live up to the potential they saw in themselves. That raw talent you didn't know what to do with back then. You owe it to your younger self to fulfill the dreams and ambitions that once inspired you. This is how you show yourself you didn't give up on life. Because some people do. Sure, the context might change, but the underlying desire and values remain the same. To be someone you're proud of, someone who helps, someone who matters. We hope you'll all make your young self proud one day. If you haven't already done so, it's not too late to make that shift now. Number 4, the people that helped you in tough times. When you needed them the most, they showed up. Even better, they showed up for you when there was nothing in it for them. Maybe you reached out for help, or maybe they volunteered it without you ever asking, but these are the people you should never forget. And on the flip side, number 5, the people who ignored you during tough times. These are the folks who knew you were struggling, but they played ignorant. The thing that hurts is that you believe these people were your friends. They even said they would be there for you if you needed them, only to not show up when it got real. Tough times are a spotlight that reveals who truly cares and who doesn't. It's also an opportunity to remove the dead weight in your life. Their absence taught you how to deal with life by yourself, so you are better off now. Number 6, the people who are still with you from day one. Some people have seen it all, been with you through all of it, the ups and downs, the falling outs, the getting back together. No matter what happened, there was an underlying sentiment of loyalty. These were the people you used to split a meal with when you didn't have anything. You crashed on their couch and they crashed on yours. They understand your roots. They built the boat with you before either of you knew just how far you could take it. They know the real you, not the facade you built for everyone else. Their opinions matter most because they're the only ones who can keep you grounded. Unless their vision changes, these are the people who are worthy of the big piles of gold that await at the end of the rainbow. Number 7, the people who opened your eyes to a winnable game. Now, someone along the way showed you that there's more to life than others had in store for you, that there are different games you can play where the reward matches your potential. You knew of people who won, but you never actually saw someone do it. These people are some of the most important people you'll ever meet because they prove that it is possible. They're like Roger Bannister breaking the 4-minute mile. Once you know the game is winnable, that you can do this yourself, it boils down to execution. These people open up your eyes to opportunities you were blind to before. They show you a path you didn't even know was there. They're the earliest tipping point that shifted the scales toward your success. We built this channel to do exactly that for you. That's why millions of people subscribe to our channel. And if you haven't, we invite you to join them. Number 8, the people who clapped when you won. In an authentic relationship, your success is seen as a shared victory, a testament to mutual growth and support. When you win, they genuinely celebrate you. They were there to witness your greatness and validate your choices. Their applause is the echo of your hard work paying off. These are the people who are happy for your success, or at least acknowledge you as a top performer. They're not threatened by your success. Instead of envy, they look at your success as motivation to go get their own. Celebrating the success of others without envy is a sign of high moral integrity and that you've chosen the right inner circle. Their positive energy will propel you forward. It illustrates the respect you've earned and the validation of your efforts. Life is lonely without these people, so share your cake with them. Number 9, the people who didn't clap when you won but still showed up for the cake. If there's one underrated thing that you should pay attention to when you're at the top, it's this. Pay attention to the people who don't clap when you win. They're self-serving, which is why they showed up for the cake, not for you. Their presence is a reminder to differentiate between genuine support and opportunism. Not only did they not share the struggles of building with you, they wish that you would fail. But given the situation, they still find a way to get something for themselves. Their silence during your win speaks way louder than their presence at the party, as their relationship with you is shadowed by envy. You want to label these people as utility friendships because they will crumble when they've got nothing more to gain from you. Or they may even stab you in the back if there's some kind of value to be gained from betraying you. Number 10, the leaf people. They're only here for a season. They are here to take what they need, and once it gets cold or the wind blows too hard, they leave. Their departure is as inevitable as the changing seasons. They're basically tourists in your life. Some relationships are transient and only serve a temporary purpose. Leaf people come into your life for a season, fulfilling a specific need or teaching a brief lesson before they move on. Understanding that these relationships are temporary allows you to appreciate them for what they are without deeper attachment. This way, you can maintain an emotional balance. These short-term connections can still be authentic and meaningful, even if they're not permanent. We advise you to set clear boundaries with these leaf people as a means to protect your vulnerabilities. In our experience, once there's no longer a common purpose, a goal, or each direction changes, you part ways without ever reconnecting. Some of your high school colleagues were like this. Some of your past lovers or business interests were like this too. And moving on to number 11, the branch people. You have to test them before you rely on them. Now, these are the people who might be with you for a couple of seasons, but they will break away if things get really tough. You're not sure if you can rely on them until you test them. We call this skeptical trust. Their loyalty needs to be stress tested in environments where they have to show their true nature. With them, you don't trust the words necessarily, but you watch the behavior as life keeps throwing jabs at you. This allows you to weed out those you can't rely on, and you know it might be really hard realizing someone you thought was solid wasn't the real thing. But in the end, you'll only be left with those you can trust. This applies to both your company, your friends, and even members of your family. Branch people are not so black and white like the leaf people, but through stress testing, you can learn to which extent you can rely on them, which allows you to set proper expectations for each relationship. At least you'll know where you stand with them. And then there's number 12, the root people. They don't do things to be seen. Their only wish is to support you in a strong and healthy life. They'll hold you up and love you just the way you are. Root people are the unseen foundation of your life. They provide unwavering support without seeking recognition. They're the highest form of loyalty and commitment, which makes them incredibly rare. They're the invisible strength in your life. You feel them. These are the people with whom you can be your true self. You can be fully vulnerable because they are your safe place. They're quiet, consistent, and reliable. They're a core part of your long-term stability. They're family members, lifelong friends, or your mentors. A mentor is the professional version of root people. The balance is so skewed in your favor. They want you to win with little to nothing to gain for themselves. We want to be that mentor for you, which is why content like this is available for free. Number 13, the people who not only doubted you, but hoped you would fail. These are the people you will eventually prove wrong. They never knew what flame was burning inside of you. They thought they were better than you, but they were wrong. They're the ones who told you you would never be anything, that you don't have what it takes. The doubters, the haters, their entire worth is tied to you failing. They're so little and toxic, the only way they can feel better about themselves is if they drag other people down. This is why people say that success is the best revenge. Use them as motivational fuel to go after your goals even harder. Your success is in no way dependent on their opinion or perception of you. Because look, okay, none of their negativity has ever paid any of your bills. You need to be very careful not to let them influence you or even make proving them wrong the goal in and of itself. The more you care about what others think, the more you are their prisoner. There is a thin line between checking this off the list versus making it a priority of the list. If you spent 20 years proving your high school bully wrong at the expense of everything else in your life, my friend, you are the loser in that situation. Not many people realize this, but we hope that you will. Number 14, the people who pushed you to greatness when you wanted to quit. At some point, things got really hard. So hard, in fact, that you were ready to throw in the towel. In those moments, there were one or two people in your life that pushed you to give it another go. They reminded you of all the reasons why you started in the first place, how you said this will be your life, and how dare you quit after 1, 2, or 3 years of trying. Life is testing you to see how badly you want it. It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to make you want to quit. Overcoming these obstacles is what makes you worthy of all the rewards that await. Number 15, the people who called you out on your BS. The biggest gift anyone can give you is opening your eyes to the truth that you are ignoring, truth that is secretly holding you back. Uncomfortable truths help us to reevaluate our life choices and calibrate for the future. This is the friend that tells you your boyfriend is cheating on you, despite knowing it's going to hurt your feelings or even make you resent them. This is the boss that calls you out privately about your lack of performance and helps you to get your act together. This is the family member that calls it like it is and tells you you've got an addiction problem that's ruining your life. Remember the people who help you to overcome these life hurdles and set you straight. Not believing your own BS is what leads to real personal growth. Truth is the most valuable currency in any relationship. People who call you out are giving you a gift, the gift of truth, which is essential for personal evolution as long as they're doing it out of genuine concern. Going through this list together, many faces must have popped into your mind as we talked about these different types of people. So we want to know, are there any other types of people who played a substantial role in your life that we should mention? What should we call these people? Let us know in the comments. And since you stuck with us for another Sunday motivational video until the very end, here is your well-earned bonus, your first and last love. Now, this could be the same person, or there might be plenty of people in between those two. But something interesting happens between the first and the last. The first gets the purest form of love you're capable of. It's raw, unfiltered, and unpolished. The last gets the end product, mature, understanding, and complex. Every person we love shapes our emotional soul, and in that process, they leave a permanent mark. This is why, after decades, people still look up to their high school crush or childhood girlfriend. We are the product of the people we allow to shape us. So, looking at today's list, we want you to understand how each person that we mentioned shaped you to become this version you are now. Without any of them, the puzzle that makes you you would be slightly different. And on the even more interesting side of things, from today forward, you will meet even more people who have carving and molding capabilities. Be deliberate with who you allow to have a fingerprint on your life. The relationships you have with other people are a crucial part of your identity and your overall life satisfaction, which is why we consider them to be one of the 5 pillars of a good life. If you're still watching, please write the word love in the comments. Let's see how many of you reach the love bonus at the end.